Welcome back to another episode of Dice City Picks. I'm your host, Tony Parlay. Let's go ahead and break down the board just like we did yesterday. Ended up going 2-1 on those picks yesterday. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. You don't want to miss a step of this sports betting journey with me. We've got 3 more games to go ahead and break down today. We've got 2 basketball ones and a hockey one to go ahead and get to. First things first, let's go ahead and take a look at the basketball. First game I'm looking at is going to be the Detroit Pistons and the Cleveland Cavs. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the lines right now with you guys so we're on the same page. Pulling it up right now over here at BetMGM. We've got the Cavs at the Pistons. Looks like it's a 4.5 point spread from what I've got right here. Pulling it up right now so we're on the same page. 4.5 point spread, minus 118 odds. Total 234.5 points. Moneyline Cavs are favored minus 200. Pistons plus 165. Now the Cavs are coming off of that tough loss to the Celtics yesterday at home. They're on the road going to Detroit. Detroit's been playing a lot better of late. 4.5 points. I think I'm going to go ahead and lean on the Pistons on this one. 4.5 points, minus 102 odds. That's almost even money. You're getting good odds there. You're getting the home team and you're getting the points. Let me see how the public feels about this one because you want to make sure that you're not falling into one of those traps. And I think the public is going to be back in Cleveland. I mean, that's the simple play right there. It does look like the Pistons opened up at 5.5 points. It has been bet down. Some places have it at 3.5. Does not look like many people are backing the Pistons from what I'm seeing here on the spread. Yeah, and the money line. People do not feel the Pistons are going to take care of business. Cleveland on the money line is getting over 80% of the money. That's never a good sign. This could be a low-key upset spot for the Cavs on the spread. Let me see what this percentage is. 80% on the spread as well. That's just too much on the spread. I know the Cavs are good, but this is back-to-back in-division opponent. Pistons, that's a little low-key surprise team. I'd go ahead and play the 4.5 points. Put a little bit of a sprinkle on the money line, plus 165. That's pretty good right there. You never know. I could see the Pistons winning this one. Even if you go ahead and get it 3.5, I still like the Pistons. Take the Pistons at home. You're getting the points. If you want to sprinkle a little bit on the money line, feels like a bad spot for the Cavs. Having to travel back to back, it's not going to be that easy. I don't like the Cavs in this spot at all. Look, I like the development of what I've seen from Cade Cunningham. Really looks like, I don't think there's been much movement on the roster. Let me see if there's something on the injury report here that I can go ahead and take a look at. Pulling it up right now. Maybe there's something that we can go ahead and look at. No Donovan Mitchell. No Donovan Mitchell. He's been ruled out for this game, and the Cavs are still favored. No, that's the mistake right there. Don't fall into this trap that the public is falling into. Fade the public. Back the Pistons at home. That's going to be the sharp play. Yeah, 80% of the public money is on the Cavs. They don't have Donovan Mitchell. He's the key for that team. He starts the offense. Him and Darius Garland get everything going. Terrible spot for the Cavs. No, their best player is not going to be there. Him and Evan Mobley, there's a good argument. Pistons are the play in this one. Pistons plus 4.5 points. Pistons plus 3.5 points. Whichever you can get. Pistons are going to be the play in this first one. Let's go ahead and go to the next game here. It looks like it's going to be, I was looking at this one a little bit earlier, taking a little bit of a peek. We've got the Spurs at the Hawks. This will be the debut of De'Aaron Fox for the Spurs, so that should be a little bit of excitement there. Spurs favored by 4.5 points on the road here, it looks like. Yep, double checking. 4.5 points on the road. Total 243.5. Minus 185. Hawks plus 150. That total is jumping at me. 243.5. Anytime you get totals in the 240s, feels like it was pretty similar with the Cavs and the Celtics yesterday. They went way under that number. 240 is just too many points, man. You're betting on both teams to be in the 120s. Like, I don't like that strategy. That doesn't feel like a very winning strategy. Let me go ahead and take a look and see where the public is at. Public loves the overs, so I would be shocked if they are betting over 243.5. Guess what? They're betting over 243.5. I am shocked by this. Let me go ahead and double check this. There's no way. How could people be betting over 243.5? 66%. over 243.5. I get it, man. De'Aaron Fox is exciting. I want to watch him and Wemby play. That's going to be an exciting two-man game, pick and roll, all of that nonsense. De'Aaron Fox is fast, one of the fastest players in the league. Played very fast for the Kings. There's no way I'm betting over this total. 243.5 is way too many points. I'm going under 243.5, under 243.5 at minus 110 odds. That's going to be your play in this one. Maybe the game ends up 122, 117. It's still going under that 243. I cannot bet on both these teams getting into the 120s. Yeah, that just seems like a terrible strategy right there. And the spread's about right. I think 5 points is pretty much even if whatever the better team is gets. Hawks at home. I know that I saw that Jalen Johnson's been ruled out for the season. That's definitely going to go ahead and hurt the Hawks. Let me see what else we got there. It's probably going to take a little bit of time for the Spurs to go ahead and get everything situated with those rotations, with Fox in there now. You got to work with him and Castle and figure out and then you have Chris Paul as well. So there's definitely going to be a mix there. There's going to be a little bit of a growing pains. Probably 5-10 games, a little bit past the All-Star break will the Spurs start looking like they're going to look going into this play-in. I think they probably make the play-in. Maybe out of the playoffs, but in the play-in for sure. One of the most exciting teams. I don't have a feeling on the side. I really wouldn't bet the side with this new Spurs rotation. I'm not going to lay 5 points on the road with them and the Hawks. I don't really like them in this situation here. The total is the play in this one, under 243.5 points for the second play. Let's go ahead and go to the ice now and see the hockey game that we've got to break down. I was looking at it. I believe it is Blackhawks and Oilers. I'm pulling it up right now, guys. Let's double check. Oilers at Blackhawks. Taking a look at this. Oilers favored, minus 275 on the money line, 6.5 goals for the total, 1.5 on the puck line for the Oilers. Blackhawks stink. So you got to find an angle to go ahead and bet on the Blackhawks. I am not betting full game total, or I'm not betting the money line either. I'm not laying that type of juice. Oilers probably win this game, even though it is in Chicago. That Blackhawks team has got a lot of development they need to do. That roster is hurting. Bedard is got a lot of potential, but that roster is far from being a contending roster. They'll be lucky if they keep this within that spread, if I'm being honest, but I found an angle. Right here. First period. Blackhawks, low-key, have been a great team this season in the first period. They like to score goals in the first period. First period on the money line for the Blackhawks is plus 160. I could see this. Blackhawks, they have a lead going into the second period, or they're tied going into the second period. I like this option as well. I mean, it's a two-way market. If they're tied going into the second period, you're getting your money back. And if they have a lead, it's plus 160. Plus money odds. I like this opportunity because it's doubtful that they go ahead and hold on and beat the Oilers in this game. Oilers are one of the best teams in the league. Blackhawks, one of the worst teams. First period, though, I could see the Blackhawks getting out early. 2-1, 1-0 going into that second period. Plus 160 odds. Very, very tempting. I'm going to go ahead and have to jump on that one. That's going to be the play I like in Oilers at Blackhawks. Give me the Blackhawks in the first period. Low-key, when they have been scoring goals this year, it's been early. They've been able to go ahead and get on top of a lot of teams that are better than them, but they can't finish. That's why their record is so terrible. What is this, like 16-31? So the Blackhawks, terrible team. They get up early. They can never finish games. It's because they're young, inexperienced. Like I said, they've got a lot of roster development that needs to happen. They need a lot of talent infusion, if I'm being honest. That team is really struggling. So we've got a plus money play right there for you. Blackhawks in the first period. So let's go ahead. We've got 3 plays for you guys today. Let's review those plays. Make sure we're all on the same page. Hopefully we have that winning day. First 2 plays going to be in the basketball arena. First one's going to be in Pistons and Cavs. We've got the Pistons at home, plus 4.5 points, minus 102 odds is what I got it at over here at BetMGM. So I'm taking the Pistons at home, plus 4.5 points. Second play is there's no way I'm backing the over in this Hawks-Spurs game. 243.5 is far too many points. So we're going to go under 243.5 points in Hawks and Spurs at minus 110 odds. Last but not least, we've got Oilers at Blackhawks. Give me the Blackhawks to go ahead and win on the money line in the first period. We'll go ahead and take care of that one. That's going to be your last but not least play. So we've got 3 of them. Go ahead, click on the banner. Let's make some money and let's make it a profitable night.